Okay, this will be an interesting one. We've done a few of these before, quite a few. Let's see if we can make this one look nice. It's a bit blurry, folks. Getting used to this Galaxy S20 Plus. I think the S8 Plus was better with focus than this, to be honest. It's not too bad, but it could always be better. Technology really has a habit of going backwards these days because of the love of money involved in its creation, and it's really not doing it any good. And the people who really want to make a difference are caught up in the fangirl and fanboy situation of loving the companies that don't love the product, and they just seem to have stars in their eyes, thinking of Apple and thinking of Samsung, which are the two major smartphone manufacturers, and basically, they just get caught up in the fandom, and then they can't make a difference themselves, even though they could probably make a better phone if they were only given a chance. Anyway, we're going to photocopy this, a fridge magnet shaped like Sydney, like Australia, with Sydney on it. But basically, you just get the feeling that the people who can make a difference just don't have any say in anything these days, and the rich people that run these corporations who don't really care, they just care about making a quick dollar, and they've taken the headphone jack out of this phone just like Apple did back in the iPhone 7 days, and finally Samsung have caught up with Apple in doing that, which is really a bad thing to copy, so to speak. It's not good to do that, but try telling the rich fucks that run the corporations. They just love their money. They don't care. And the people that just blindly, I had to buy this product. I didn't buy it because, I'm just a Samsung fan and I want to keep up to date. I had to because my other phone was having some problems with uploading large files to Facebook. I needed those files to go up. So I can't when my phone is glitching out on me and becoming unstable. And that's really a pity. I wanted to hang on to that phone for longer. I didn't want to have to throw it in and buy a new one. I just wanted to keep the old one going, and as far as I could, so I could, and to save money as well, because I'm not rich. I'm not a rich person, and I just really find it sad that companies like Apple and Samsung just can't seem to live up to the hype that their fanboys and fangirls often have and feel for the company. It's like they genuinely love the companies, but the companies don't love them. They probably laugh all the way to the fucking bank and laugh in their face if they could. Well, they wouldn't laugh in their face, of course, but they think it's fucking funny when they've got all these people in these long queues, typical of Apple product launches. They probably think it's funny when these poor little fangirls and fanboys are lining up, waiting to be the first to have the latest product, the latest and the greatest, as it's often called. I'm going to photocopy this section. So, it's just really just a money grab. It's a money grab for the fuckers. And the fuckers don't care. And they fuck things up. They don't care about us. They don't care about you. They don't care about me. They just care about themselves. And that's one thing I like about this coronavirus, is that this coronavirus is actually devouring a lot of rich people's money. It's devouring money out of the rich. Companies the telcos that are affiliated with these manufacturers are running out of money because they're closing stores. Only a few little stores are open here and there. So maybe the coronavirus has something good in it after all. To see the rich, for a change, have a stumble and a fall. going to make that the centre of our job, even though it's black. I don't like that black bit. But basically, yeah, we can see that big corporations are going to be affected. It doesn't just affect little people, it affects big people. And I'd like to see these companies crumble, you know, to see them crumble, like Konica Minolta, Xerox and Ricoh, which is the photocopier contingent of money fucking, you know. That all these silly people that run these companies are going to fucking lose sales. It's their problem, folks. It's their fucking problem. You know, their problem, God. Now, why am I saying God? I've been saying that, interjecting like that. I don't know why. Does God really care about this coronavirus, not epidemic, pandemic? Is there a God, folks? Folks, is there? I'm just asking that as a rhetorical question. Is there a God? Does God allow people to suffer from coronavirus needlessly? Or does he care? Now this is fucked. See what I mean? I hate this stupid user interface. You can see this is another example of money fucking stupidity. I don't want that. Careless fucking stupid. But basically, yeah, I just don't you wonder if there is a God, you know, because everything's going to pot. Everything's fucked. All the fucking world is becoming money fucked. Is there a God? Is there a God in the middle of this pandemic where people, elderly people and other vulnerable people are dying? Or people are dying of not having a job, not having enough money to pay for their rent. So yeah, is there really a God, folks? That's a good question. I'm definitely not an expert on that. But, you know, it's just something to consider anyway in the scheme of things. When it's to do with the coronavirus or because of corporate greed, because of famine, you wonder, folks, you wonder if there is some kind of deity looking down on us. We just don't know, folks. So, anyway, that's come up looking quite a treat. I think now we can call this demo quits.